All right, we're back. We
Never
had to
left.
take a little break. Uh,
Hiatus.
yeah, so we're
Okay.
back. That whole beginning of the show was staged.
What beginning? This is the beginning. This is the beginning of the show.
Okay, all
There's,
right.
there, yeah, this is the beginning.
This is the beginning.
Yeah, I have no idea what the hell you're talking about, but this is it.
Okay. So, man,
So,
I'm glad you're feeling better.
oh, thanks, Steve. On a positive note, I appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
You
So
know,
you were sick last week, huh?
yeah,
Uh, I mean,
yeah, because people
I
get sick.
knew last week.
Oh, here we go.
As soon as you called and said
As soon
Tyler
as you
wasn't
called, yeah,
that you were gonna no show
no
cancellation.
show cancellation.
Nah, I'm joking.
I know you are, man. I
All
know
right,
you are.
3, 2, 1. Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun, bum-ba-da-da-da-da. Joe and Steve. Way. Hello.
Playing from Joseph's iPhone.
Oh, some more technical difficulties. I don't know. I don't know if people know how. We really just call one another and record the conversation. It's the Steve and Joe podcast show. Du-du-du-du-du-du. Bam, bam.
Hold on, Steve. Hold on. Hold on.
Steve's from Homewood. Joe's from Valparaiso. Boop, 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 boo.
No, I'm not. No, I moved.
Oh, now
Yeah,
where are you? Are you back in
I'm in.
Hammond?
No, I'm in Schmickeltown.
Snookletown.
Schmickeltown. Yeah, I don't
Schnickel.
live in Valparaiso anymore.
Oh,
Hey, that was actually a new song I wrote. It's called "Sink a Fink a Fine All Night." That's our opening
wow.
song. You like that?
Yeah.
That was a new track.
Uh-huh.
It's titled "Sink a Fink a Fine All Night."
Okay.
All right.
I don't think people realize that we just like I call you or you call me and then
Yeah. There's no
I just record our phone conversation.
right.
We don't have microphones, so like whatever you're playing is basically inaudible. You can't hear it. It just
I think right.
it's so
We don't we don't have a technical team behind us, like a production team. Like,
right.
we
We're
don't
not in
have
a
like
studio.
no,
This is
hell no.
real. This is the real deal. 100%
Right.
real conversation.
I would
That's all
say
we're
like
doing is we're just trying to record our conversations.
right. And it's probably I would equate it to like an analog, like
Hmm.
as far as technology. We have no technology behind the show. It's
No,
just,
no.
it's
It's
just a
like
Bluetooth speaker. It
right,
sounds like an old transistor radio. And
exactly.
it's just, I
Oh,
can't anyway, maybe one day we'll get there. You know what I mean? Maybe one day we'll have
yeah. Maybe we'll go into a podcast studio.
a
There's
podcast studio.
there
But
is
right
one in
now,
Homewood we can
mm,
go to, and
there's also one in Valpo.
really,
Yeah,
wow, these two towns. I tell you,
Valpo and Homewood. I
we
know,
should
man.
we should have some type of Olympics, uh, home Paraiso Olympics.
Or we could be Velwood,
Yeah,
Homerezo. I don't know. The
yeah,
Homerezo Olympics. I mean,
yes.
you know,
I
but
was thinking about something the other day. Have you ever farted in a styrofoam cup and then cupped your hand over it and then put it in someone's face?
no,
No.
there's never been a time when I've been alone or like near someone thinking, I'm going to get a styrofoam cup, fart in it, and then put it by their face.
You've never done that,
I've never done it.
even in grade school or
I don't even think in grade school I was thinking, let's go get a styrofoam cup. Let me go get a styrofoam cup and fart in it and put it by someone's face. I don't think I've done that. Have
no.
you? Have you actually done that?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I used to. I mean, it
That was a
for
big thing of
whatever
yours. Like,
reason. Yeah, that was a big
is that
thing.
what you're known for? Like the styrofoam cup,
Right.
the
The styrofoam
fart
cup
in the cup.
joke. Yeah,
Okay.
and it just
So,
it makes the aroma like 20
okay.
times worse.
So just anybody listening, just keep in mind if we're ever in a family gathering, Steve may pull out his styrofoam cup. If you
Yes.
see that, just be prepared.
Right. If you see a white styrofoam cup,
Be
be
ready.
ready.
Yeah.
I can't believe you've never done that. Are you sure?
Steve, I can tell you with 100% certainty, I've never farted in
Uh,
a styrofoam cup. I don't
all
know.
right.
I
Well,
don't
if
know, man.
anyone else has done anything like that,
Okay.
I'd like to hear something in any of the comments that we
And
don't
also
get.
a shout out to our cousin Larry
Yeah.
for sending us those bro wipes, which are
Oh, dude wipes. Yeah.
dude wipes. Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Uh, so
You know,
maybe.
years ago, and this is 100% true. Roxanne could back me up on this. I'm saying like
Mhm.
early 2000s, before all these dude wipes and stuff came out.
You used
I
extra
wanted,
wipes.
I wanted to produce man wipes, and I was calling mine basil balls.
So even though they're wipes for your behind, you're calling them basil balls. Like has
Well,
nothing to
no,
do.
no, no. It's the whole area.
Oh, so you're
Yeah.
covering the whole. Okay,
Yes.
gotcha. Okay.
And I wanted it to smell like basil because I love basil.
So basil's your
Oh,
go-to spice.
yes. And
Okay.
so I thought that would be nice down there. Let's say you're out
So
dancing, you meet someone,
okay.
and you need to do a
They
quick shower or
and then
something.
they like and then they stop for a minute. They go, "Do you smell spaghetti sauce or something?"
No, you go to
You
the what
smell
you want to.
basil? Do
Let's say you're
you smell
dancing for two
you're dancing
hours.
with someone, and then all of a sudden they stop and go, "Smell basil?"
Yes.
and that's a and that's something that the ladies want to smell at a date.
Hell yeah. Yes. That was my whole thought. Like, okay. And then if you have your
Okay,
basil ball wipes,
okay,
you wipe down before, you go home and
okay.
get intimate. Now you smell
And you're
fresh.
assuming you're getting intimate. You're
Yes.
assuming that, so you know that you're getting it. So the first thing you're thinking of, I want to smell like basil.
I mean, it's so logical. Have you ever
Okay.
smelled basil? Like fresh basil?
Oh, I love it, man.
So
I have it.
imagine that. A woman
Yeah.
would love that.
You know what? I'm gonna try it on the wife. I'm not gonna tell her.
Yeah.
I'm gonna scrunch up some basil, fresh basil. I'm gonna rub it all over my body,
Yes.
and I'm gonna see if
And
the allure. You know what I mean?
the Netherland area.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to see the allure of like what happens when maybe it may attract something. I don't know.
Yes.
Okay, well, Steve,
Basil
and anybody
balls.
listening,
But I had this way before dude wipes. Like it's the
okay,
same concept, but mine they were going to have organic different types of aromas based on,
okay,
what spices I like. So
okay.
oregano balls,
So it could
basil
be any type of. Oh, so it's
balls,
just okay. So you have like an array of
sage
spices:
balls.
sage, cumin, uh, you know, red pepper.
Now that, yes, get it real flaming down there. Yeah, and you use the real spice
Oh yeah,
or the
because you
herb.
want
You
you would
want
want red, right?
yeah, red
Because you
pepper.
want like red pepper flake stuff.
Yes,
You want red pepper flakes down by your balls?
yes.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well,
Oh man.
on that note,
Speaking of Larry, you ever see his meatballs? He's always
personally,
if
I've never seen Larry's meatballs
oh,
personally, but
I have,
yeah.
and they are amazing. He's got the most
Okay.
amazing meatballs.
I'm sure, like when
I've
he
seen,
listens to the show, I'm sure he'll be, you
yeah,
know, uh,
he knows
like
his
that's a
balls
compliment.
are
That's a compliment, right?
better than most. I've seen him on. He showed pictures on Facebook. If you had a Facebook page, you
Mm.
would see Larry's balls,
Mm.
and they're
Oh,
very meaty.
okay.
And Although, the technique he uses to form the round shape of his meatballs.
Well, Steve, again, I'm not familiar with his meatballs, so I wouldn't know his,
Well,
you
he
know,
he puts them in his
technique.
underarm pit and shapes
Ah,
them.
okay.
Yeah,
Is
he's
that
a
like an Italian thing?
yeah.
Yeah, okay.
It's
Well, I think if I'm not mistaken, I think he's half German. So I think Uncle Larry was German, if
yeah.
I'm not
That's
mistaken.
yeah,
Larry would tell me that, but
yeah.
or correct me, but he's, of course, half Italian, half
Hmm.
German. But so
Yeah.
is that maybe a German thing or an
Well,
Italian
the
thing? That's what I'm wondering.
Germans make their meatballs a different way. They're
Okay,
they're
okay,
yeah, they're not they're longer and flat.
okay.
So
Right, right. Okay.
right.
Well, you know what? I may try to get somebody on the phone here. I think it's time for a call.
Okay.
Are you up for a phone call today?
Well, it was either that or I kind of thought about making crank phone calls.
A crank phone call.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
we every
if
time
you want to,
somebody picks up,
well, I'll tell you what.
hold on, we sing the song I just called to say I love
Say
you.
I love you.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Now, if you're going to call somebody, I can record on my end. So just let me know. Why don't you make the call?
Well, no, you go
And
ahead. If you want to go, no, you let's call somebody.
I have,
If
I
you have
have no
some,
idea. I
go
had
ahead.
nobody in mind, but I'm just going to, let's see. Hold on, Steve-O.
Okay.
Let
Oh,
me see here.
uh,
Who would be on our list here today? It's like we need a wheel, like one of those spinning wheels, and then whoever it lands on, we call, right?
yeah.
So it's like random.
Well,
You know what I'm saying?
you've got like a lot of time during the week.
Maybe I'll make something up.
Why don't you make the spinning wheel with the clicky thing?
Okay, do that with all like family and friends,
Yeah.
and whoever it lands on, that would be the call. Whether they pick up or
Mm-hmm.
not, that's up to them. But
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Yeah.
give me a second here, Steve. So keep
Okay.
yourself occupied for a second, and I'll
Some of
see if I.
this might not be on our show
Right.
today, so just so
All
that you
right.
know.
Okay, hold on. Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
I have a special guest on today, Uncle Tony.
Whoa! Get out of Dodge.
Hey
Yeah,
man, hey you guys, you caught me in a great time. I needed an uplifting in
good.
my life at this moment, and you guys are the answer.
Yeah.
Yes.
What better way to start your Sunday morning than talking to two, I don't know, Steve and Joe. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
So, we've been wanting to have you on, and you know, of course we've had my mom and dad on, and we've had other people in the family on, and you've always been on our list because I was talking to my dad, and he was actually. This is how I'm going to start it out, and maybe just kind of like a springboard into what you say about it. This experience with my dad. He was actually laughing when he used to shoot you with his BB gun
yeah, yeah,
recently. Yeah,
yeah.
he actually told me the story, and he was like, I said, Dad, I mean, it sounds kind of like demented, like you're chasing your brothers through a field, shooting them with a BB gun. He goes, that was the most fun I ever had. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That's why the Levi's back then were like wearing cardboard, and of course when we had BB gun fights, the rule was you had to shoot in the legs only, not above the waist.
Hmm.
Right.
Uh, but a lot of times your dad was a bad shot, and he'd hit me in the head a little bit and hit me in the shoulder with those BBs, but never in the eye. So thank God. I
Okay.
think we wore safety glasses back then.
So was he a bad? So was he a bad shot on purpose or on accident?
I just think he was just a bad shot all
Okay.
around. I mean, I think he had vision problems. But yeah, we would have BB gun fights periodically. I mean, that was especially when they would do ambushes. I remember once when I had my friend Bernie Finch come over. He used to like to come over to our place because it was a farm area, very rural, so we had a lot of open space, and they had an ambush set up for me and Bernie. So they said, "Hey, come on over over to Zeno Rowley's place. We're going to be playing basketball. We need 2 more people. So we're coming through, walking through the area there, and all these dudes were all in the trees with their BB guns.
My God.
And we were
Jeez.
walking to go, where are they? We were by the basketball court, and all of a sudden you hear, open fire. And they just started plummeting us with BBs, man. So,
Oh my
so we
God.
started running back home, and I think they got my buddy Bernie in the cheek,
Oh,
and he started just sobbing. He was crying like a baby.
Oh,
So we had to bring him home. Yeah.
man.
So that's that was your dad and my brother Louis. Louis was an instigator too. So
Okay. So it sounds like fun.
I was gonna say I did see my dad kill a rabbit in grandma's backyard. I
right.
mean, the rabbit was literally 50 yards out, and he nailed that thing.
Yeah.
Really?
And
Yeah.
then
Interesting.
and it wasn't dead yet, so he had to, put it out of its misery.
That was with a shotgun.
Yeah.
I'm talking about
No.
BB gun.
Oh,
Yes,
yeah.
different story. Shotgun, BB gun are 2 different things.
Yeah, a BB gun is just one little BB being propelled.
Yeah, right.
A shotgun is 100 BBs being propelled.
100 BBs, right. I had
All
a
right,
question
you're
for you,
right.
Uncle Tony. I'm going to ask you something real quick. And when you were born, where was Grandma and Grandpa at the time? I know they were in Midlothian, but were they at the old house behind the house that I grew up like with them?
When I was born,
Yes.
I was born in Jackson Park Hospital in Chicago. So
Okay.
we lived on 68th and Sangamon, and
Okay.
that's where my mom and dad lived.
Okay.
So
Because
everyone was born while you guys all lived in Chicago still, and then everyone moved
that was
to
my question.
Midlow.
Yeah, and my brother Louis and myself were the only ones in the family that were born in a hospital.
Yeah.
All the other
Oh.
siblings were born in the bedroom
Midwife.
by a
Okay.
midwife. And when I was born, we lived in a 2-flat on 68th and Sangamon, and upstairs, my sister Rose and Larry Hamler were up there and living. They were married recently, and 3 months after I was born, Margaret was born.
Yes.
So I was
which is
they were upstairs.
a little context. That's Joe. That's our first cousin, Joe and I.
Right. Yeah.
And so our first cousin and our uncle, Uncle Tony, who we're talking to, were born at the same
age.
year.
Yeah,
They're the same age.
Yeah.
Right.
Because Grandma had 8 kids. Obviously, Uncle Tony was the last to be born. That's why I was asking the question, because I always had a misconception that because you were the last, that they had already moved out to Midlothian,
No,
but you were
we
born.
didn't
Okay,
move
so
out. Yeah, my dad bought that property out there, little under 5 acres, on the corner of 147 and Cicero. I was 6 years old when we moved out there, so I was born in '49.
okay.
So yeah, I was right around 55.
Hey,
We moved out there,
okay.
and those were the bebop years, man. I'll tell you, that was the greatest thing. Unfortunately, it was a culture shock because living in the city, you're around so many noises, and there's always somebody to play with, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're moved out to a rural area where vast acres of farmland, and there's nobody to play with. So you're figuring out, what the heck am I going to do now?
So you like
Yeah.
hung out with animals and
Well, I would knock on farmers' doors. Here's this little 5.5-year-old kid knocking on a farmer door and saying, and go, "Can I help you, little boy?" I go, "Do you have any children I can play with here?"
That's so sad, Uncle Tony. I mean,
and then finally, and they didn't have any children. All they had were horses. And so then I go to the next farmhouse and knock on the door, and then there's this teenager, and he goes, "Well, not really. I'm the only child here, and the only thing we have in the backyard are a bunch of hogs and pigs." And it was a hog farmer, and I said, "No, I don't want to play with the hogs."
yeah.
So I finally made it. So I knocked on this one door, and here's these two girls. The one girl was my age, and the other girl was a little bit younger. So there's and this story is kind of crazy because those were my first friends that I played with out in the rural area, and that was the Jelkies, and they became friends of the family, and there's a whole story about the Jelkies that would be go into another time, but yeah, it was kind of fun. Finally, as I grew up, Louis, of course, my brother Louis, he didn't want to play with me because we were 3 years apart. So
yeah, exactly. You had little brother, the little brother syndrome. Unfortunately, like by the time you were born, like because Aunt Rosie had already moved out, and I think Auntie Ann was already moved out. And
Aunt Ann was in the convent. So
at the time.
Yeah, she was in the convent right out of high school.
Hey, I wanted to just say, like, the rural area that you guys are talking about is Midlothian, which now, obviously, it's not even considered rural. But back, when you guys moved out there, it was all farmland. So,
but Steve, do you remember before they even built courses when we were growing up in the 70s? It was still all farmland back there.
Oh yeah, where the Walgreens is. Sure, we used to play in all that. Yeah.
So we got the end of it, but it was still nice to remember. I
do have another story. Like Dad always talks about when he moved out to Midlothian, he wasn't circumcised.
Right.
Is that true?
So here's the deal. So yeah, you got to remember, we're first generation. My mom and dad are Sicilian, so they come from Sicily, and the men were not circumcised.
Yeah.
And so of course, us three boys, we no circumcision. All of a sudden, modern medicine, and we have to become Americans, and all the boys are circumcised. Why weren't your boys circumcised? And blah blah blah. But I'll never forget this. So Uncle, your dad, your dad's son, he was 13 years old.
Yeah.
And so we're 7 years apart. So then I'm 6, and then Louis is 9. Louis was 3 years old.
So they're already going through puberty.
Yeah, and I'll never forget this. So we had to have our tonsils taken out and circumcision at the same time.
Oh my God!
Yeah, you talk about torture. And back in those days, the anesthesia was a wet cloth on
ice,
your nose and mouth, and dripped ether on you.
Oh man!
And so that's how they put you to sleep with ether, and you just make you sick.
Yeah.
God forbid that, God forbid at the same time you coughed and got a boner.
Well, here's the deal. So I'll never forget. So about a week before, they kept it a secret from me, and I'll never forget. Josephine and Lucille they weren't married yet, so they're at home. And then one of them, I don't know if it was either Josephine or Lucille, said, "Oh, poor little baby Tony, he's gonna get his peenie cut off." And I said, "What?" And my mom said, "Be quiet, don't tell me." I go, "Are they gonna cut my pee-pee off, Mama?" And she said, "No, don't listen to your sister." So I'll never forget this. So then, of course, Sonny and Louie, they're trying to figure out what the heck's going to be happening to them. Anyway, we finally, we go to Ingalls Memorial Hospital in Harvey. I don't even know if that thing still exists. And go in there, all three of us. And I never forget Dr. Hoverson. He was the doctor who performed taking our tonsils out and giving us the circumcision. And he was a drunkard, man. That guy was drunk. And I think he was drunk that day when he performed those surgeries. And I'll never forget. And they said, "Oh, Tony, it's going to be okay because when you come out of the surgery, they're going to give you all kinds of ice cream." And I said, "I'm not worried about that." I said, "The first thing I did when I came out of ether, I pulled the sheets up. I want to see if my penis was still there."
Oh, man. So hey, are you in Colorado now, or are you in Arizona?
Yeah, I'm in Colorado.
All right. I saw you throw some shoes. My dad sent me a video. That was a nice toss.
Yeah, that was
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
They had that tournament out there in Mesa. That's the longest horseshoe pitching tournament in America. That was the 68th year. They do it
Wow.
every year. It's a big tournament, and yeah, I did very well. I was psyched.
Yeah, I was
I
gonna ask you, how'd you
prepared.
do?
I came in second. I should have taken
Nice.
Nice.
first. The two games that I lost by 1 point. So
Very
Oh,
nice.
that
Congratulations.
was my tournament to take. But I took second, so I'm happy.
yeah.
Very nice.
And the top five places in the divisions win money. So of course
Okay.
the second place prizes it was pretty good. It was a good 140 bucks. I mean it's not much, but for having fun pitching horseshoes, I'll take
Yeah.
$140.
And doing something that you love to do,
Yes.
you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
you know, when's your next tournament? Do you have one coming
Well,
up or?
yeah. As a matter of fact, I have it. I just sent in. It's called the Irish Open, and it's on March 14th, and that it's going to be in an indoor arena in
Okay.
Milliken, Colorado. And I like doing this one. I've never placed first in this one because this one is a special one. And I always told your dad they give out whoever wins first place gets money, whatever the purse. And the way they determine the purse is how many entries you have and how much money is in there. But anyway, on the Irish Open, first place gets a bottle of imported Irish whiskey.
Oh,
Mm.
nice,
And
man.
and I always told your dad that if I win it, you're going to get the bottle of whiskey.
That's nice.
So I'll see.
Man.
But yeah, that's coming up March 14th.
Awesome.
Alright.
Well, good luck to
Hey,
you, Uncle Tony.
yeah, happy
And
belated birthday too. And
happy belated birthday.
Joe
And
has a couple of questions that he always asks our guests, and the first one is
no, I think that's your question, Steve.
the
Steve
first
has these
one
questions he has.
is
Go ahead, Steve.
these are Joe's questions. The
No,
first
these are
one is,
Steve's questions.
these are Joe's. Okay, here's the
No,
first one.
Tony, these are Steve's questions. Trust me.
Okay, here comes
Wait,
Joe's
wait.
questions. Are you ready?
No, everybody out there knows they're your
Everyone
questions.
knows they're yours. Okay.
No.
The
Okay,
first
go
one
ahead.
is the first one is have you ever used a toilet seat bidet?
If I ever use a toilet seat bidet,
Yes. This-
I've never used the bidet, but I sat on a toilet bidet they had like the hose entry nozzle coming up from the bottom, and it was at my daughter Tammy's house in San Rafael, California, and I was telling and they have like a guest house in the back, and I was asking Gina, I go, what kind of a toilet is this? And she goes, I think this is a bidet, and she goes, it is, and so Tammy has all of her toilets that way.
hmm
Nice, nice.
I
So,
But
also have one.
I sat on a toilet bidet, but never used it. I figure, you know what, I can't see a bunch of high pressure water going up my butthole. I really
yeah,
can't.
Uncle Tony, I'm with you on that. I have to agree. Although,
All right.
I'm a different story right now. I can't do that anymore. But
Yeah.
back in the old days, I would not want water shooting in that area. To me,
It
it
is
feels weird.
comfortable and it
Okay,
feels nice.
Well, I'm thinking
I
about
guess
the
it's
splash. I mean, you think
yeah,
there's a lot of splash coming out there.
and a
I
lot of
would rather
germs.
be out in the backyard with a high pressure garden hose
Yep.
and just have somebody just pressure my rear end.
Okay.
Now there's a site. That there you go.
All right, Joe.
You probably get a better clean.
Yeah.
Uncle Tony, I do have. Here's my question, and then we're gonna end the call. But because we'll have another show with you for some more family stories. I would like to know a quick recipe, something that you'd like to share with us. Maybe
A quick recipe. Okay. This is
A
going to take
quick
some time.
recipe.
You,
I mean,
see.
you ain't want me
I'll
to
give
answer.
you a quick recipe. So
Give me a quick
enjoy,
recipe.
do your
I
pizza
enjoy
dough.
No, that's not a quick one. But here's a quick recipe. So I enjoy popping popcorn from scratch.
There you go.
I found out that popping it in the microwave is a lot better than popping it over a stove. So here's my quick recipe. So we buy our jardiniere is Marconi. You can get that in Chicago,
Yeah.
Marconi jardiniere. And they
Yes.
make their jardiniere with oil.
Carrots,
There's no vinegar in there.
oil.
It's oil.
Yeah.
So after I eat the jardiniere, I always leave the oil in there,
Oh.
and I buy the hot Marconi jardiniere.
Okay.
Now I get my microwave dish, my microwave bowl that you can pop popcorn in. You can buy those online. Walmart sells those microwave popcorn bowls. And I put a tablespoon of that hot Marconi jardiniere olive, and the popcorn tastes like jardiniere popcorn.
Nice.
Okay,
And I always
Steve.
and the girls always say, "Dad, make some jardiniere popcorn." And that's why I always save the oil from the Marconi jardiniere.
Next time I come out there, I have to try that.
Yeah.
You got to make
See,
that
Uncle Tony,
popcorn.
I'm glad that you shared that. I'm glad I asked that question because I wanted to kind of divert away from
your typical
conversation.
questions, which another question Joe always asks is,
okay, this is a Steve question
this
too.
is a
Everybody
Joe
knows.
question. Everybody knows. Have you
Okay, go
ever
ahead, Steve.
sat on a cactus?
Okay, this is a Steve question
Have
because I would never come up with.
First of all, Steve, I always thought you knew my mentality was a lot better than that. I am not that stupid that I would sit on a cactus. Now,
It could be
inadvertently,
accidental. Yeah.
That's why I would not ask that question because I know Uncle Tony is not,
Yeah, I'm not going to sit on a cactus.
Yeah, good
now,
one, Steve.
All right.
And I would rather sit on a live hand grenade than sit on a cactus. Because once you sit on a cactus, who's going to pull all those little needles out of your ass? Think about it.
Exactly.
All right. Well,
All right. Well, listen, Uncle Tony, it's been fun. Stay tuned. We'll have you on again.
Yeah,
for
part
some
2, more stories.
More family banter, and we hope you have a great day and good luck on your horseshoe tournament, your next one.
And I got to just say thanks for the uplifting because, like I said before you called, I think my guardian angel was directing you my way. I was kind of in the dumps, and I'm not going to go in detail why I was in the dumps, but I'm not in the dumps anymore. So God bless.
Good.
God bless you. And God bless America, man.
God bless you too, Uncle Tony. We love you, and you take care.
Tell Aunt Gina we said hi, and we'll talk to you next time.
We'll talk to you next time.
Talk to you later, boys.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Love you.
I love you too.
Bye.
Bye. All right. Well.
No outro music?
All right.
This is Steve, and out.
This is Joe. Out.
Till next time.
Have a good day. Have a nice week.